Happy new moon in Pisces. So, have you ever gotten lost because someone gave you a map that was too small? So, say I'm trying to get from, like, I don't know, Sweden to Brooklyn, and someone gives me a map of Brooklyn or my neighborhood in Sweden. Those maps are so small that while they're accurate, like, yes, I want to go to Brooklyn, yes, I will be leaving from Sweden, the reference isn't big enough to actually include my whole journey. Now, if we're talking about a geographical location, of course we get it. That's so easy to see. You know, you need a bigger map. You need to be able to go across the ocean. You need a bigger perspective to understand the journey from here to there. So then of course the question is, do you have the right map for getting from where you are to where you want to go? Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and one of the beautiful correlations that we see with the zodiac and our humanity is how it correlates to our body. So we can understand that, Aries rules the head, and then as we move through around the zodiac, it goes down into the body until it gets all the way down to the feet. And Pisces rules the feet. And we know, that the bottoms of the feet actually are maps to our whole body, not only our whole body like on the outside, but the inside too. So different points on the bottom of your feet correlate to different organs. And this picture is this inclusion of the whole. So really taking stock of all of the places that the zodiac moves through to get to Pisces is included in Pisces. In the very beginning of yoga, why basically the 7 rishis introduced yoga was to help the human being incarnate deeper into physical reality, deeper into the material nature and our bodies. So when we go in the really big scope of human evolution, our consciousness used to kind of hover above our body, and it's taken a long time to descend into our body. And now, after Golgotha, after the resurrection of Christ, the human being's mission isn't any longer to get deeper into the body. We can't get any deeper. Our mission now is to ascend. So while the ancient yogis had to really work on going deeper and becoming more incarnated, our job is the opposite. We actually need to be able to be transformed and rise up and start to get lighter. And that journey is quite different. So in ancient yoga, you always start with trying to bring the yogi's attention to the body. Now, for me, in modern yoga, or as a modern yogi, I teach that we first take stock of the really big picture. So try to imagine even like the starry sky or where the planets are. And then we start to allow our imagination to come down into our body. So the ancient yogis wanted to become more materialist. And now for me, the modern yogi wants to become more spiritualized. So you have to start from the right place. So if we want to be more spiritual, really extend your map so it includes everything. In evolutionary astrology, we include the outer planets as first, we have Uranus, that is our collective, what we together as humanity carry. And then we have Neptune, which rules Pisces. And that is our collective unconsciousness. And then we come to our human soul. And then we come to the zodiac. So the zodiac is really this really big container, or we could say this really big map. So it can include not only getting to Brooklyn, but it really starts to include, all time and evolution. And so this map starts to be big enough for us to understand more and more about ourselves. So if we're working with a map that's too small, it's easy to get confused. We have a little map or reference points, and things come at us that they're not represented on the map. We don't have any reference for them. Of course, then it's going to be confusing. Then it's going to be disorienting. But if we'll make sure that our perspective, our map is really big enough, we can find ourselves actually not feeling lost, but feeling that we're on our way. So in this new moon, I hope that you orient yourself to the whole cosmos and allow your like path to be so long that it includes all the stars. Happy new moon. Mwah.